Alright, update successful. Did it actually work this time? Let's see, can you see or hear me right now, chat? Huh. Let me know. I don't know how much of a delay there is on this. Okay, can you see me? Beautiful, thank you, thank you. Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to Paleontologizing. This is an extra special stream today, one I've been waiting for a long time. So I'm really glad that you're here. We are visiting the Math Science Nucleus, the Children's Natural History Museum of Fremont, California. This is the museum that I've been working with for the past few years, delivering 3D prints and advising on various things. I'm really excited to show off this hidden gem of a local neighborhood museum. There's, I think, Fremont High School over there. There's Fremont Boulevard here in Fremont, California. This is kind of the gateway to Silicon Valley here. In between the East Bay and the South Bay. This is where I think Tesla is headquartered. There's a number of other tech firms that are here. And there's a tremendous number of fossils in this area as well, which we'll be talking about today. So, yeah, I'm really excited to show this off. Again, very, very small museum, but they've been making some big changes here. There's some brand new exhibits. You're going to be some of the first people to see these, including the T-Rex skull that I just delivered a few minutes ago. So let's go take a look. This is the front entrance right here. And we've got the gift shop. We both exit and enter through the gift shop here. If you're ever in the Bay Area and you're looking for a science gift for a kid or for maybe an adult like me, this would be a great place to. This is they've got an excellent assortment of different dinosaur models. We've got rocks. We've got that. So really, really cool. It's worth stopping here just for the gift shop, honestly. But the museum itself is not expensive to attend, so if you're ever in the area, I highly recommend you stop by. But, yeah. Everybody. By the way, where are my manners? I didn't even introduce myself. First time, let me introduce myself real quick. My name is Danny Anduza. I'm a paleontologist. I dig up fossils, I study them, I publish on them in the scientific literature, and I love working with little museums like this too. So I'm just thrilled to show this off today. And where else in the world can you get a Hayward fault? The Hayward Fault. It runs parallel to the San Andreas Fault here, through the Bay Area. So here is a basic map of the Bay Area here. Here's San Francisco Bay, is right there. Or, excuse me, Fremont and Hayward are right here where that star is. So the Hayward Fault runs right by this place, and it's kind of part of the purview of this museum. This is about all different aspects of science, with an emphasis on geology and paleontology. Dr. Joyce Bluford, whom you're going to meet in a little bit, she is herself trained as a paleontologist. She worked on radiolaria back in the day. So, yeah. Anywho, let's take a look around, shall we? Oh, here's the gift shop at the beginning, and we're going to see the Rex skull that I brought first and foremost. It's just check this out. It is now finished and mounted. Here it is. It was quite the puzzle trying to figure out how to fit this into a 2008 Toyota Prius. But we got it here, and here it is. You can still smell the paint fumes. I was working on this as recently as this morning, just trying to get it ready for delivery. But take a look at that. Yeah. So this is the Maximus Tyrannosaurus skull. So this is a commercial specimen. This, to my knowledge, is the first time that this particular specimen has ever appeared in a museum. So the original was dug up on private land by a commercial group, and then it was sold at auction. They were expecting to get like $20 million just for the skull, and they ended up getting about $6 million, which is still vastly overpaid for it, whoever bought it. But it's disappeared. It's in a private collection somewhere. Nobody seems to know its whereabouts, but briefly some files appeared online on a 3D printing website. A scan of the skull, and I was able to scoop those up before they disappeared just a couple days after that. And so with those files, I was able to 3D print this life-size, and now here it is to be enjoyed by all the visitors to the museum. Right now it's right here in kind of the lobby area. We're going to go upstairs in a moment and take a look at some of the fossil exhibits, but I wanted to show this to you first. We'll return to this, and I can talk about various aspects of the skull and some peculiarities here and there, because it is a weird specimen in a lot of ways. But, yeah, good stuff. And thank you, Donor Got. Yes. Post-printed. Thank you, Junebug. Appreciate that. Science Streams, it's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. So anyway, it's so nice to have this out of the house, frankly. This is a big thing to have just in one's house, and so I'm really glad to have finally been able to deliver it here, and it can be enjoyed by everybody who walks through these doors. This is a big skull for a T-Rex, too. I mean, this is maybe just slightly smaller than Sue's skull. Sue at the Field Museum in Chicago. But yeah, this is nearly 5 feet long. So well over a meter. This is one of the largest Tyrannosaurus skulls you can see anywhere. And again, this is the only museum that I know of where you can see this particular specimen. So I'm pretty proud of that. And I'll be designing a placard that we can put on here with some information about this. So yeah, it's going to be good. Anyway, let's go take a look upstairs. Hagos needs to go to lunch, so I got to talk to him real quick. I don't want to hold him for too long, but he was going to show off some really cool new things that they have here. Check out this giant taxidermied moose and these ducks. These are kind of too big to move out away. This whole facility is being renovated currently. They're almost done. Oh wow, check this out.
Ontogeny.
Perfect timing here. August, this is so cool.
Yeah, thank you.
So what do we call this screen right here?
It's panorama.
Panorama, huh?
Yeah.
Naughty company?
Right.
Tongue-in-cheek name, but this is super cool. So before this was just like a classroom area. We have this enormous neat stuff. So yeah, we've got, okay, starting off with kind of a smaller crew. We've got 146 people watching right now, but that number is going to go up. But Hagos, would you like to say hello?
Everybody,
Yeah,
thanks for
Hagos.
watching. Thank you.
So Hagos is an employee here at the museum, helps run the place and does all the tech stuff, the animation. And Hagos, you're originally from Eritrea?
Yeah, I'm from Eritrea.
Eritrea.
Yeah.
Eritrea. I gotta make sure I pronounce that correctly.
North part of Ethiopia.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah. Hagos, how long have you been working with the math science nucleus?
Here in the US, 9 years.
9 years. Nice.
And when I was in Eritrea, I was doing artwork for them. 25
Nice.
years.
25 years. Holy cow.
25 years, yeah.
Wow. That is impressive. What's your official title?
Well, in the university, I graduated in mathematics,
Okay, nice.
and I studied painting
Mm-hmm.
and animations.
Yeah.
Now my main focus is doing animations, and also I help the museum with accounting work.
Nice, yeah.
So, you know,
Mm-hmm.
you have to...
So you're kind of executive administrator almost here at the museum?
Almost.
Almost, yeah.
Almost.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's the renovations and this new display. Kids are going to love this. This is so exciting.
Also, David Dome, we can show them about the planetarium, so I can take them here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I don't want to keep you too long. I know you need to go to lunch. So
No worry.
yeah. It should be view solo or something like that. Yeah, but it looks like it's improving. Okay, 1290 kilobits per second.
I'll give you high priority.
See, August is the man. Yeah, trying to fix our Wi-Fi issues.
Okay.
Hey, we're back. Excellent. I think that worked.
Great.
Thank you, August.
You're welcome.
Excellent. Anyhow, is that better now? Let me know, chat.
Are you connected to the internet? We are connected, right?
Mm-hmm. I should be. Yeah. Like when we wandered too far from the router. Yeah. A little choppy? Okay. Let's try going this way and let's see.
I'm afraid if you are connected to your data. Are you connected to
I'm
your
not
data?
connected to any data, no. No. Just to the Wi-Fi. Yeah, I don't have any data on this device. More steady now? Okay, well that's good. I wonder if... Because there used to be a big computer mainframe where the planet's display is, right? I wonder if that's acting like a Faraday cage and it's blocking the signal right there. Because the floor is reinforced, right? It's a metal floor.
Right.
Maybe there's something with that. Yeah, I wonder. Because it seems like the signal is much, much better right here.
Oh.
Yeah. Anywho, so we might not get to see the planet's display, but I can walk everybody through this way, and we can take a look at some of this stuff. So, yeah. Thank you, August. You can go to lunch now if you want to. I don't want to keep you too long.
Okay.
But yeah, appreciate you, August. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, here's some of the skulls that I delivered months ago. At the beginning of this year. Edmontosaurus, baby Triceratops, Camarasaurus, and a nest of theropod dinosaur eggs. Oh yeah. I was really excited for these to be teaching tools, and here they are. It makes me really happy. They look so good. Thank you, Lordy. Yeah. So we had this for years and years in our studio, the Camarasaurus skull here. I really need to print another one of these for back home. This is Camarasaurus here. The name means chambered lizard, and it's in reference to these big fenestrae here in the skull. This is the eye socket. The eye would be probably about there. Antorbital fenestra. Postorbital fenestra. Oop. So these animals would have held their heads at the end of a long neck high up in the air. So having a head that's as light and kind of lightly constructed as possible really behooves them. It's a good thing to have as a sauropod dinosaur. One of the reasons why the skulls from these critters are so rare is that they easily after death because they're so lightly built. Yeah. And its Legion says, aren't they a smaller sauropod? So Camarasaurus gets pretty big, especially like Camarasaurus supremus. I think they're up to like 70, 80 feet long, something like that. But, even though that would be the biggest animal walking around today by a large margin, back at the time that these guys were alive, other sauropods were a lot bigger. Things like Diplodocus, Apatosaurus, even Barosaurus, Supersaurus got much, much larger than Camarasaurus. So, yeah. And 98 Raiders from Nega Oryx. Well, Nega Oryx, how are you doing? Welcome to Paleontologizing. It's great to have you here. Shoot, you caught us during a very special stream. I'm broadcasting to you from the Children's Natural History Museum of Fremont, California, at the Math Science Nucleus. So this is a really hidden gem of a museum here in Fremont, California. I've been working with this museum for a couple years now, and we're taking a look at some of the skulls that I delivered here. So this is a 3D printed Edmontosaurus skull. So this is a big duckbill dinosaur, Edmontosaurus annectens. A baby Triceratops skull, juvenile Camarasaurus, and some theropod eggs there. So yeah, and then I'll also show you the huge life-size T-Rex skull downstairs too, the thing that I delivered today. Very proud of that. Oh man, the kids are gonna love it. So yeah, welcome. You should visit the website for this museum. I don't think they have a donate button, but if you're ever in this area, make sure you drop by this hidden gem of a museum. It is quite charming, and there's some exciting new exhibits to show off. So I'm really glad you're here tonight. Yeah, Nega Oryx, I'm excited to meet you at TwitchCon, by the way, fellow ambassador. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really glad we could squeeze in this little IRL stream before I head out to San Diego on Wednesday. So, yeah. Oh, by the way, people are new here. I should introduce myself. My name is Danny Anduza. I'm a paleontologist. So a paleontologist is a scientist who studies fossils. I mostly work on dinosaurs, but I'm getting into some other stuff too. And we'll see some of that other stuff here at this museum. So, again, I'm really glad you're here. I'm going to see if we can wander in that direction without losing signal, because I want to show you some of the new murals, brand new here, just in the last few months. Yeah. Excited to see you in person too? Excellent, Nega Oryx. Great. Here. So this is designed to be like a walk through time here, and I'm really hoping our signal doesn't cut out. So we start off with the formation of our planet. Ooh. And there's a earlier. Yeah, that's funny. The signal really drops to nothing right there. We'll wait a minute for the signal to come back. There we go. Should be returning, hopefully. Back. Okay, good. Sorry. Again, I'm pretty sure part of this building acts kind of like a Faraday cage, so we're just losing the Wi-Fi signal. But, got this lovely dinosaur display right here. And so these ones that I delivered have been used in various classes for local kids, and I'm really proud of that I was able to contribute something to paleontology education here in the Bay Area. That's makes me really happy. So yeah, long-time viewers, you remember this big Edmontosaurus that we were working on. So this is from, I think about a year ago we printed this. I delivered this bad boy in, that must have been January this year, along with our baby Triceratops skull. Whoops. Here. I can put that wedge back. But yeah, baby Triceratops right here. I'm really pleased with how the paint turned out on this, especially like in those fenestrae and the orbits and the nares. That like sandstone spray paint that I got, I think came out really well. I like it a lot. Yeah, baby Triceratops. This is a specimen discovered by Harley Garbani, who is associated with the Natural History Museum of Los Angeles. He discovered this back in the 1980s. It is to this day still the world's youngest and smallest Triceratops. And Mark Goodwin worked on this and published on it in the early 2000s, I think. But Harley Garbani was originally trained as a plumber. That was how he made his living. But he would go out during the summers with the Los Angeles Museum and find all kinds of cool things. He's found more Tyrannosaurus specimens than maybe anybody else who's ever lived. So, but he found this too, the original. Yeah. You got to go, Althea?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for.
Like a quick,
Yeah, actually, yeah. Let's take a look. So Althea's got to head out, but Althea, what's your title here? Are you museum scientist?
I am the collections manager here.
Collections manager. Excellent.
I mostly work with the bones. So.
Yeah.
So this room is the West Gordon Fossil Hall.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that you see in here was actually something that was found in Fremont.
Right. So these are all local, and that's kind of the reason why this museum exists, is to help preserve these fossils and showcase them. And we're hoping that we can use this as a springboard for building a big, grand, like maybe $60 million museum on the fossil site here. But this is just, a ladder of these fossils.
If you want to see.
Yeah,
So,
check this out.
Not sure how the camera can see it.
Yeah.
But this is a Columbia mammoth tooth that was found in the original dig site.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look up on that photo there, that is actually the same
That's
tooth.
the same one with West Gordon.
Yep.
Excellent. Very cool.
So this would have been found in like the 50s.
Uh-huh.
And then this tusk right here, so this is a fragment of it.
Uh-huh.
The That's the same one that's in that photo there.
Oh, very cool. And that's Don Savage there.
Mhm.
Nice.
The rest of the tusk is unknown. They don't know what happened to the rest of it.
Interesting. Well, at least
And
we have this piece.
if you wanna
Super
see,
cool.
Woolly mammoth, Columbian mammoth.
Okay, yeah.
Seeing the circumference.
That's nuts. Because this is pretty big circumference for a woolly mammoth tusk, right?
Yeah.
But you can see just how much thicker a Columbian mammoth tusk is. Pretty impressive, the difference there. Wow.
Now, as if you want to see. So this is a replica. But
Mhm.
This is a woolly mammoth. That's a Columbian mammoth.
So Columbian mammoth, far more robust.
Yeah, they're big boys.
Impressive.
They also didn't have that much hair like the woolly mammoth does.
Yeah.
So another part of my job here is that's really cool that I find really fun is
Mhm.
that I get to put a lot of the fossils together that may not have originally been thought to be put together.
Yeah.
So this is what I put together here. This is a camel neck,
Uh-huh. Oh, very cool. Camel cervical vertebrae.
and that is missing 2 of them, so that is not the full neck.
Uh-huh. That's, yeah, because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mammals have 7 cervical vertebrae.
Most of it, yeah.
Yeah. So cool. And then people are going to be asking, like, camel? What? In California? What are you talking about? Camels first evolved in North America.
As the horses.
Yeah, horses too. Primates, a bunch of different groups. So we had horses here until how long ago?
It's thought to be about up to 10,000 years ago, but it's still kind of a gray area.
Yeah, yeah. So until really recently, like the first people showed up in North America before camels went extinct here.
Mhm.
And those two things might actually be linked, but we could talk about that another time. But yeah, super cool. Any other favorite specimens to show off before
So
you have to go?
probably this one here. So this one
Oh yeah.
was all covered in a clump of dirt.
Uh
And it was labeled a horse for free. But when I uncovered it, I realized that no, it's very, very weird. So this is actually from a sloth that we had here.
Right.
Thought to be probably the Megalonyx.
huh.
So we had 2 here, the Paramodon and the Megalonyx.
Right.
And that's actually one of the better preserved ones that we have here.
Very, very cool. Yeah, sloths are so weird.
They're weird.
They're such neat animals.
Whenever I see their bones, it just kind of looks like they're melting. Like they're really weird.
Would you say that they're your favorite Pleistocene animal?
I am biased. I like the horses.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah.
our paleontologist here, this is his favorite.
Yeah, that's Gaetano.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gaetano loves sloths.
Oh yeah, he does.
Yeah, is this I love this paramylon on here. This is so cool.
Yeah, that's from also Ralph Gaston.
That's a Gaston as well?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that's so cool. We did a live stream from Rob Gaston's workshop last summer, and so it's cool to see some of the finished products here.
Mm-hmm. I'm hoping to get a Megalonyx one too from him.
Yeah, nice. Very, very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is awesome. Thank you for flagging me down, Althea, before you had to go. I appreciate it.
It's no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if we get some thank yous for Althea in the chat, too. I'm sure she'd appreciate that. But, yeah. Althea is how you spell her name, if you want to spell it correctly.
Sorry, my name is hard.
Is there any place that people can follow you online or anything? Can we do a shout out or anything to plug?
I'm not usually like active online, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah,
we
whatever.
do have the was it Instagram and Facebook for the
For the
Natural
museum.
History Museum.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So that would be. Do you know the usernames? They might be able to find it through the website too. I have a command for
Yeah.
that.
So it's the Natural History Museum, Fremont, I believe.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Awesome. We're getting a lot of thank yous.
Oh, thank you guys.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I appreciate your time, Althea. Yeah. Have a
no
great
problem.
rest of your day, and again, thanks for flagging me down.
No problem.
Yeah.
Have fun.
All right. Very cool. So I'm glad we're able to see this. We will, I think, return to this room in a little bit because this is kind of the reason why this museum exists is to showcase these local fossils. And there's a really cool story here. I went over this in a video that I produced that some of you in the chat have seen that. Maybe we'll watch it tomorrow on stream when I'm back home. But, yeah, really important fossil site here in Fremont, California. And it's more famous than people realize. It's been kind of forgotten. It's a really interesting story. We'll get to that in a bit. And I'll also show off some of this cool stuff, too, which is all new. New fossils. Who'd have thought? But, yeah. Oh, here. Hopefully the signal holds as we walk over here. It's a little prehistoric garden here in the back, so when there's school groups coming through, this is a place where they can hang out. When I was teaching some classes here, we spent some time in the prehistoric garden out there. And again, this museum is just in the middle of a neighborhood. So again, a hidden gem here in Fremont, California. We're getting some rain, which is kind of nice. Glad I rolled up the windows in my car. But, yeah. And again, if anybody has any questions while we're touring around here, don't hesitate to ask them. So that was the Mesozoic room where we were earlier. Let me put that top skull back. I don't want to be a menace and be moving things from their places and, yeah, and not setting them back where they belong. Try and do this with one hand. It's a little trickier than it looks. The travails of live streaming, you know? Almost. That's good enough. There we go. Baby Triceratops skull. Yeah. And I love that they have this here, too. You know, another charming little aspect of a little neighborhood museum like this. When I was a kid, this display, this, you know, vacuum molded plastic thing, you could put all these safari limited dinosaurs on, the Carnegie collection. I thought this was the coolest thing in the world. When I'd go to a museum and visit the gift shop, sometimes they would have this plastic display here. Does anybody else remember this from childhood? Yeah. Yeah, it's it's so cool that they have this here. And you know what? They have two of them. Did not have those specific models as squiggles. I had a few of these for sure. Some of these are newer, and some of these are the original ones from the 80s and 90s, like their Tyrannosaurus and Stegosaurus here. I had those when I was a kid. I had the Iguanodon. Very familiar with these. These are a big part of my childhood. I wanted to have all of them, of course, but family couldn't afford all of them. But these were just very solid toys in a literal sense as well. Very durable, you know. I played with these in the bathtub when I was 5 years old. Yeah. Safari limited dinosaurs, and yeah. So we'll go from that to, let's check out some other dinosaurs over here before we look at the Smilodon and the Megalodon and everything. But these are part of a project. Well, I'd like to do a project on these at some point. These are museum originals, so these belong here at this museum. These are one of a kind. They were put together in the 1920s, I think. And they are very much outdated. They almost look like they're made of leather. But I was talking with Salamander says I love them. They are unique, certainly. I would love to be able to create a display where I sculpt each of these dinosaurs, but you know, our modern perception of them. Here's how much our understanding of these animals has changed in the last 100 years, so we can have them side by side. So if this is Tyrannosaurus, which the two fingers tell me that it is, have that side by side with a Tyrannosaurus that I sculpt digitally and then 3D print and paint, maybe with a similar color scheme, just to highlight, you know, here's how much our perception of dinosaurs has changed over the last century. So this one almost looks like it's supposed to be Pachycephalosaurus here. So yeah, I don't know why it's got those teeth like that, but anywho, that's a project that I'm excited to do. They look like 1920s dinosaurs. Exactly. And Dyson Dinosaur, Filippo, how are you doing? Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Stick around. I'll show you in a little bit the life-size adult Tyrannosaurus skull that I 3D printed that I just delivered here earlier before I started today's stream. Oh, and the Proterozoic. Oh, very cool. Geosrudent. Nice. The Proterozoic is really neat. Yeah. Anywho, this is one of our Cenozoic rooms here, as you can see. So the Cenozoic era goes from 66 to 0 million years ago. It goes up until the present. So we are currently in the Cenozoic. This is often referred to as the age of mammals, and at the centerpiece of the room here, the center of the room, our centerpiece is our state fossil, Smilodon, saber-toothed cat. I think this is a bone clones replica right here. Really nice. And what I find fascinating about this, the thing that jumps out to me, is just how robust and long the forelimbs are. People kind of forget about that with Smilodon. The arms are longer than the legs are, and more powerful. So that might have something to do with this animal's lifestyle. Maybe it was wrestling other animals to the ground so it could bring these saber fangs to bear on their neck. But yeah, I love that this kind of highlights just how robust the arms are on this critter. Really neat. And donated by Fremont Candlelighters. Very nice. Hang on, was that Joyce sneaking by over here? Hey, Joyce. Can we say hello?
Of course you can say hello.
So this is Joyce Bluford, Dr. Joyce Bluford to you, chat. She is head of the museum here. And what's your official title, Joyce?
I'm board president.
Board president of the Math Science Nucleus and the Children's Natural History Museum of Fremont. What did this building used to be back in the day?
Oh, it used to just be a business.
Yeah,
you know,
like a car dealership or something.
Well, it was a car dealership after my husband and I bought it.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
Yeah.
we didn't qualify for the loan unless we had another
Uh-huh.
business here. So
Right. Yeah.
he reopened. No, but this was dentist office when it's
Oh, okay.
1971.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So,
And you've been able to turn this into a neighborhood museum.
yeah, that's
This is such
basically
a
it.
yeah. It's such a hidden gem. It's so cool. And Chad, I want you to know that this room did not look like this just a few months ago. This mural is brand new. A lot of these fossil replicas are brand new. This is exciting stuff. And there's going to be like a grand opening pretty soon, right?
Well,
Something like that?
Soft opening.
Soft opening. Okay.
Yeah, actually, we're waiting for Brian's
Right.
material.
Brian Eng, yes.
So just imagine there will be a little mommy saber-toothed cat over there where the kids will be able to sit on it and
Yeah.
play with it.
Take pictures and
So,
that's
but
going to be
he's
really
not
cool.
ready. So
Yeah.
maybe not until the end of November. So
Okay, yeah. I mean, I can relate. I took way longer than I was expecting to with the Tyrannosaurus skull. So
Takes
thank you for
long.
your patience there.
Oh, no.
I'm glad it's finally out of my house too. I've got more space now.
No, it looks gorgeous down there.
Yeah, well, I'll show that off again in a little bit. But
Oh, yeah, no, actually,
Yeah.
the more I look at it, the more
Yeah?
it's just going to be perfect for the kids.
Excellent.
Because they have to go up the stairs
Yeah.
to see that head
Uh-huh.
and the teeth. It'll
Yep.
be awesome for them.
Almost as good as having to like walk.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Oh, they love that.
Oh yeah, well, I haven't even shown off the megalodon yet. We'll
Oh, yeah,
we'll
the
do that.
kids
Yeah,
love that, so.
yeah. Actually, maybe we'll go take a look at that first real quick if you want to come with us.
Yeah,
And,
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I love that. I mean, this room, we're waiting on Laura Cunningham to finish some of her paintings, which
Mm-hmm. Nice.
will be in this room.
Uh huh.
That shows the transition of ocean to land.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
This is so
So-
cool, and I love the mural.
So,
Oh man.
yeah, so
Yeah.
Fremont would have been underwater in the Miocene
Right.
when these guys used to run around. Well, not run, swim around.
Yeah.
But the way we kind of created this was so that the kids can look in here and they can decide what their dinner is. So if you look
I
down
like it.
here,
From the shark's
from a
perspective.
shark's perspective.
That is so cool. Yeah. It was like a mako shark and a baleen whale, toothed whales, and then is that a desmostylian over there on the right?
Yeah, of course.
Behind the ducks.
yeah.
Super cool.
So that looks like a Miocene ocean around
Yeah.
here. So
Yeah, very cool.
this guy's going around chomping everything.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, this is awesome.
Yeah, so this the kids like. We've had several groups of kids in already. They love this, but they get scared actually.
Yeah, I mean, I would be too if I were a kid. Like, jaws that big,
Yeah, we've
teeth
had
that
like
big.
the 4 and 5-year-olds are looking, like, no, no.
Ontogeny.
But this is really neat. I love this idea too that like you're looking at from the shark's perspective. Like, what's on the menu today?
Yeah.
What are all these different
And
critters?
then if they
we can-
want a picture the other way, we just have a
Yeah.
dose and open this up. So
Nice.
we're trying to figure out how to, make it
Yeah.
interactive for the kids. So
That is so cool. Is this one of Rob Gaston's?
it sure is. Didn't he
Very
do a
cool.
great job?
It's phenomenal. Yeah.
He did a great job.
I'm so proud that I was able to connect you with Rob because he does such good work and
Right.
it's like often 1/3 the price of some of these other.
No,
Uh,
I mean
fossils.
this was good, and Gaetano went
Yeah.
and got a U-Haul and brought
Nice.
it back.
That's awesome.
Worked out.
Yeah. Very, very cool. Wow. And again, I love that mural. So that critter right there.
You can go in
Yeah,
the back.
okay.
We'll allow you.
Thank you, Joyce. Yeah. Check this out. Holy cow. Hopefully our signal holds over here. Look at this. Just nuts. The size of these teeth. That is really something. Astonishing. And so we had these critters swimming around right here during the Miocene, which would have been what, like 20 million years ago, something like that?
Well, this one, we would have them like in the 5 to
Yeah.
10. So quite a while.
Yeah, yeah.
And they
okay.
were coming in from the Central Valley.
Right, yeah.
In and out and in and out.
Uh-huh. Wow, so cool. And I love this, like, barely fits in the room, too.
Well,
it really gives you a sense of scale.
We didn't realize when we bought it.
Uh-huh.
Poor Gaetano had to, luckily he's a big dude,
Uh-huh.
and he was able to bring it up the stairs, but like we were like an inch
Yeah.
off. So it was, because I thought when
Uh-huh.
I talked to Rob, assuming it was cut like this.
Right, yeah.
And then you just hook it up, but
Mhm.
no, this was the whole thing.
Right, yeah, yeah. Truly impressive.
The 2 pieces he meant that was piece number 1, and this was piece.
So the base is a separate piece from the actual
Yeah.
jaws. That's funny.
I
Oh, wow.
misinterpreted that.
Well, I'm glad it worked out.
Yeah.
That would have been an interesting call to, like, a piano moving company. Like, okay, oh, we have a job for you. Oh, what
Yeah.
size piano? No, they're shark jaws. they're 7 feet tall.
It's not, well, and it's heavy too. It's
Yeah.
not exactly.
Yeah. That's so cool. Oh, man. Yeah, but I also really love this mural. This is Zoe's work, right?
Yeah, this is Zoe's work. Isn't
Yeah.
she good? Yeah, even the saber cat and the mammoth
Yeah, yeah.
one.
We haven't really looked at those up on stream, and I love the Desma style right here. If anybody in chat is not familiar with these guys, they are fairly obscure, I suppose, but a really weird group of aquatic mammals that lived here in California and then across the Pacific and Japan as well. They've got incredibly weird teeth. We're not totally sure what they're related to, I think. It's like it almost looks like a hippo, but yeah, look at that tooth. Incredibly strange. That is so cool. So yeah, you're looking at the grinding surface of the tooth right there, chat. So that's the part that would contact the food, and there's just all these lovely shells here.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. Do you know what formation this is?
I think it's the Santa Margarita, but I'm not sure.
Okay, nice.
Not positive.
Very cool. Thank you, Joyce.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Wow, really impressive. No, I should ask you before I forget, too, because people in the chat are going to want to know, what's a way that folks can contribute to this museum, even if they're sitting at home online? Is there like a donation?
Yeah, we have an online donation.
Nice,
But
okay.
the best way is just to come here and
Yeah.
support us.
Uh-huh.
So we decided to finally charge $10 a head.
Okay,
So-
yeah. I think it's well worth it. Shoot. Just you can take a picture for Instagram here with the jaws. That would be worth the price of admission in
We
of
just haven't got
itself.
to that point. We just finally cleaned it up to the point.
Uh-huh.
We had a class on Saturday, so
How'd it go?
it went great. The kids
Excellent.
went crazy, so it just,
Very cool. Yeah.
but just to get everything together,
Uh-huh.
especially when we don't have all the statues yet and the
Right, yeah.
replicas and all you notice the walls are a little bare because we still need.
Well, we're getting there.
We're getting
these
there.
murals are really impressive. I didn't realize that Zoe was doing a bunch of these.
I didn't either. She's talented. What can I say? She
Yeah.
did one, and I go,
Uh-huh.
oh my god! then the kids, that one, I don't know if you guys have seen the mammoth one,
Not yet, no.
but
Yeah.
there's a little baby mammoth, and the teachers came in with the little ones going like this with the tusk, and they were all on there going like this, being baby mammoths.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so cute.
Let's go take a look at that, actually,
let's
if
go
you don't
look at
mind.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was something that I did. You never know how the kids react to things.
Exactly, yeah.
You really don't. So as you go in here, so this is another.
Yeah, look at that Colombian mammoth here. Also from Rob Gaston?
Of course.
Yeah, crazy thick
Yeah,
tusks. That's
great
just,
job.
I didn't
Great job.
realize that they... Wow, and this is the Huntington mammoth from, I think, Huntington, Utah, if I remember that
It's
correctly.
from Utah, yeah.
Yeah,
We
so...
haven't got all the stats on it yet. But this is what the Rancho La Brea would have looked
Yeah.
like. The other mural of the saber cat would have been Irvingtonian.
Gotcha, okay.
So we're trying to separate.
Yeah, makes
So,
sense. So
and
this is
then-
after the arrival of bison. in
Yeah,
North
the
America.
bison
Yeah.
came in, and
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, but she did this first,
Yeah.
and the kids reacted to it.
Uh-huh.
The color.
Yeah.
She has such a perspective of color.
Yep, it's so
And-
vibrant.
And yeah, so vibrant. And
Yeah.
the kids loved it. So the little ones were down like this, going
Yeah.
with their hands.
Just doing a mammoth
Mammoth, the
yeah.
mammal, they created a dance. So
That's so cool.
it was just cute.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I love the little baby mammoth here. Yeah.
Yeah, no, she's talented. And she used to be, she's a soil scientist. So
Right,
she has
okay.
that science background.
Yeah. Does she have a signature somewhere?
Yeah,
we can
it's
give a shout out to her
it's that
Instagram or
corner.
something. Okay.
Yeah, it's,
At Zoe
oh, I think you could see it.
Caron_art. So Zoe CARON _art. You see it there?
Yeah.
Yeah. If somebody wants to put a link there.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Very talented.
Yeah.
And she just started doing, she was doing mainly plants and nature.
Uh-huh.
And then I seen I was looking for somebody to do murals. So
Yeah.
I passed by one of her murals. I asked a friend, I said, who did that?
Uh-huh.
So I called Zoe up, and that's his.
Nice.
So she's doing some more too. She's actually doing
Uh-huh.
some paintings for us for each of the
Oh, beautiful.
the
Okay.
Paleozoic, Mesozoic, and stuff. So, I mean, and the kids really like them.
Yeah.
So
I can
do
see why.
adults, but the kids
Yeah.
really.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask you, Joyce, too, before I forget, this as like a science museum at the beginning, because I know it's very like focused on kids. How did you come up with this idea in the first
well, the
place?
math science nucleus was basically scientists wanting to work in schools.
Okay.
So it started that.
Yeah, yeah. And you've got a background in science. You're trained as a
Yeah,
paleontologist.
yeah, I'm a geologist. So
Geologist,
yeah,
yeah.
of course. And I used to work at the USGS, and we realized
Uh-huh.
that very few research scientists go into schools, especially
Right.
elementary.
Uh-huh.
So we started the group Math Science Nucleus. Stupid
Yeah.
name, but we just thought it would work.
Well, easily. So,
And then
it's got that going for it. Yeah.
And then I had met Wes Gordon, who teacher
Uh-huh.
who actually took the kids down in the 40s
Yeah.
to find.
Let's take a look at his picture
Yeah,
over here. Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't even a scientist, but he was an English teacher.
Uh-huh.
But he was. So
Mm-hmm.
this is Wes Gordon, and what he did was took these kids on gas rations during the war.
Uh-huh.
Would come from Hayward and bring them down here, and they excavated this site, and then he excavated it with Don Savage.
Yeah, from Berkeley.
From Berkeley,
Yeah.
and they became fast friends.
Mm-hmm.
The kids, who most of them have passed,
Mm-hmm.
got together and started excavating this. And then it was Don Savage that came up with the Irvingtonian and
Right.
actually did
Yeah.
the science behind it.
So there's an entire North American land mammal age called the Irvingtonian that's named after right here, the
and
Irvington
represented
district of
by,
Fremont.
this is a Laura Cunningham
Beautiful.
original.
Yeah.
And we've used this so much, and she's doing 4 more masters for us.
Nice.
But this, it's kiddie, but yet it's still realistic. And so.
I mean, I feel like this is wonderful. Yeah.
It's wonderful. So she's coming up with the other. In the Bay Area, we've had land fossils for
Mm-hmm.
at least million years. So we want to show the kids the evolution. Because
Yeah.
we're hoping to get a very large museum that would show all the
Right.
Bay Area fossils.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
But getting back to the whole idea of the fossils, well, I had the pleasure of meeting Wes Gordon. He wanted me to, he knew he was getting older and he wanted somebody to judge the Alameda County Fair,
Okay.
the gem and mineral.
Yeah.
So I said, okay. So I got to know him. And then he realized, you know, I was a scientist too. And he goes, Joyce, I got all these fossils. I don't know if they'll survive me. And he goes, you want to do a museum? And I was a researcher, so of course I said no. And then in 2004, his collection, which you can see in the background, because it went then into a junior high, the school district was going to throw it away.
Oh.
And they contacted Phil Gordon, who was a teacher also.
Okay. Wes
the
Gordon's
son
son.
of Wes Gordon.
Yeah.
And he knew me through his wife, who was a chemist. And he asked Joyce, can you take them? You have the building and stuff. And I said, sure. Thinking it was just a few of them.
Okay, yeah.
6 truckloads, moving vans of fossils. And luckily my husband didn't want to sell cars anymore. So then that was the great idea with this.
Yeah.
And I just advertised on in the newspaper, you know, do people want to help? And we cleaned everything up. So that's what all of this comes from Wes Gordon.
All of these fossils
All
on
the
these on the
fossils,
shelves.
but also all the cabinets, all the
Oh, okay.
slideshows,
Yeah.
all the stuff that that man accumulated.
Uh-huh.
And so we brought it here.
Uh-huh.
And then we used to have tenants on the upstairs.
Okay.
So I got rid of them. And then slowly but surely,
Uh-huh.
it turned into a museum.
Very cool.
And we do field trips here with schools. We could do 30 at a class at a time.
Nice.
So they go through here, go through a scavenger hunt. And so now with the new electronics that you guys saw already,
Yeah.
those are
impressive.
going to be added to the
Nice.
plate. So kind
Yeah.
of put it all together. But hands-on is definitely the most preferred way to teach. So.
Yeah.
And that's exactly, Wes Gordon was a teacher like that. So,
Uh-huh.
so I felt like his tradition definitely continues on.
This is so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we did open the dig site.
Okay.
We now
Yeah,
have.
yeah. So this is here in Fremont, California, the place where these fossils were originally excavated. I talk about this in a video. I'm sure I'll show that on stream tomorrow.
Yeah, so if you look at these pictures here,
Yeah.
this now we reopened it, and the city of Fremont's
Mm-hmm.
working with us. So Gaetano's doing a tour at the beginning of the month.
Nice.
And then, so far we're filled up. We'll start again in March.
Okay.
But we're finding fossils we're actually going down in a ravine called Mammoth Creek.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, and in here you could actually see the Hayward Fault along here. So
Oh, wow.
this rock is unbelievable.
Uh-huh.
So as we're getting excavators in there, more stuff is coming down. So
Excellent.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
So
Well,
the
you've
certain-
seen the video.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
It was that video that helped convince the city people
Uh-huh.
that this is for real. So just
I'm
having,
proud to have been of
yeah, no,
been
the
of service
video was great. Have your people seen the
yeah,
video?
and I'll show it again tomorrow on stream when we do like a little recap of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that really
Yeah.
does help. We're getting the poison oak removed, and
Mm-hmm.
so it's just a good experience for the community.
Yeah.
But also, where can you see fossils nowadays
Yeah.
in the Bay Area?
We don't have a natural history museum with fossils in basically anywhere between Los Angeles and Seattle.
Right.
There just isn't like a public fossil museum anywhere on the West Coast, which is crazy.
Except
so-
in La Brea.
Yeah, like I said,
Yeah,
between
around
LA
LA,
and Seattle, yeah.
Right, there is.
I guess you could go to there's Hemet, California. There's the,
Yeah, this Fairmead fossils.
yeah.
The one on Little. They're little.
Yeah.
They're little.
And this is literally a world-class fossil site. This is the type locality of the Irvingtonian land mammal age. And being able to build a museum there on site, and I mean, it's like every school kid in the entire Bay Area.
Right.
Like 10 or 12 counties, they would be able to visit this museum. And it's going to be built, if we can build it, right next to a new BART station, too. So it'll be as you can get, you know?
Yeah, for something else.
Yeah.
And we also have, just to go with the boys that found them,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, they didn't let girls go out during the war.
Yeah. This is the boy paleontologists were these school kids who were going out there with Wes Gordon, starting in World War II, and then
Yeah, these are some
doing
of the pictures.
excavations. Yeah.
But they had become so famous, there was actually toys made from them, like your geology kit.
Yeah, that's so cool. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's all these.
Oh, so that's modeled after the boy paleontologist.
Yeah, that
look
is
at
the boy
picture on there.
paleontologist. Yeah, there was a
Wow.
whole brand
I had no idea.
of Learn Earth Science.
Yeah. It's so cool.
I mean,
Oh wow.
So they were in Life magazine.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was just beautiful.
Uh huh.
It's a nice little story.
It really is. Yeah.
But Wes did bring girls. But
Mm-hmm.
they were. It was Life magazine that called them boy paleontologists.
Right.
But
That's how they got that name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They only wanted to film boys, but Wes himself used to take girls.
Uh huh. Very cool. And then here's his sun helmet too.
Yep, that's what Wes.
Yeah.
Wes Jr.
So I use one just like this, but
I can
mine's
see you wearing
tan.
that.
But yeah,
I can see.
but yeah, it's military surplus, so you know. It's
Yeah,
like,
right.
Yeah. Can I pick this up?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, this is just like mine. USA right there. Yeah. I think it's the same exact
Probably same age.
issue. Yeah. Yeah. Very cool.
We also now have this saber cat head.
Oh, beautiful.
We found it when
Yeah?
Phil Gordon passed away a few months ago. He had a storage room,
Uh-huh.
so we started cleaning it out.
Yeah.
We found it.
Wow. Very nice.
Yeah.
So that's going to go on display as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent. That's really exciting.
Yeah, this is a good picture of his museum. That's Wes.
Yeah. So
But
this
he used
was
to
in
take
Hayward?
kids. Yeah, this was
Okay.
in San Lorenzo.
San Lorenzo. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. Very cool.
yeah. But he went through. He impacted so many children,
Mhm.
and he still is, because without him,
Yeah.
this would not have been.
Right.
You know, we're just the conduit to
Uh-huh.
put the materials out. But
That's so
if
cool.
he didn't take these pictures, if he didn't
Yeah.
save the materials, a lot of it went to UCMP,
Right. Yeah.
but not available to the public.
Right. Yeah. So.
this was his private collection.
Mm-hmm.
And then when one of his sons passed away, we decided to go look at his old house,
Mm-hmm.
which was on the Hayward Fault,
Mm-hmm.
and it was on a steep cliff. And we just decided to go down. And then his grandson, hey, what's under here?
Yeah.
We found another 2,000 fossils
Just like in the
He
basement
was
or
making-
in the crawl space.
in the crawl
In the
space.
crawl space. Wow.
So we
Yeah.
brought it all out.
Yeah.
Hagos helped pull the stuff out.
Uh-huh.
A lot of work.
Yeah. If you have anything else like that going on, you need somebody to, go through a crawl space. I'd be happy to.
Oh, yeah.
If I'm around,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I was gone a lot this year. 11 weeks in the field. It's a new record for me. But, yeah. No, this is so cool, Joyce. Holy
Mm-hmm.
cow. Yeah. I just love this with the old car here. Is that a Studebaker or
Yeah,
something?
this is actually the site
Yeah.
that we're thinking about
Mm-hmm.
reopening.
Yeah.
So we're looking down.
Is that Mission Peak in the background?
Yeah. that's
Yeah,
Mission Peak,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we're looking at from going there, but
Uh-huh.
that's
Look at that tusk.
that tusk
Nuts.
was the longest until they found larger ones in Mexico.
Oh, wow.
So we had the
Uh-huh.
largest mammal
Uh-huh.
until about 20 years ago.
This is so cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Impressive. And just what a neat story. And it's quintessentially Bay Area, So I grew up here. I grew up in Martinez, and I had no idea that any of this stuff existed until just a few years ago when I met you.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, it was hidden.
Yeah.
And if you didn't live in San Lorenzo,
Mm-hmm.
how would you know?
Right. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm so eager to show everybody this, and
Well, that's some of the tools of the kids.
oh, this is great.
Yeah. And it
Is
shows,
the rock hammer just like
and
mine?
it shows how he was pulling this stuff out.
Right, yeah.
Cleaning it.
Uh-huh.
It was just wrapped up in some newspaper underneath his house. Probably his wife didn't want it in there.
Oh, that is so cool. Yeah. No, my editor in the chat says we love that the technology is still the same back then. Same digging tools.
Same dig tool.
That I still use today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it works, why not?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Very cool. Again, I'm just so eager to help share this with everybody. If we can get a big museum built, again, we'll need like $60 million or more to like build a big proper museum on the site. But it's such a cool story. We don't have a public facing fossil museum anywhere on the West Coast. Like I said, between LA and Seattle, there's an open niche there. Like it's just begging to be built. Yeah, I'm eager to talk to you after the stream, Joyce, about any progress that we can make on that. But yeah,
Right. Actually, we
Yeah.
have made some progress.
Right.
Who's senator that
Uh-huh.
got us the grant to refurbish this building
Mm-hmm.
on part of a committee with the city. We also met a wonderful guy. He does forensic paleontology.
Oh, okay, yeah.
His name is Charles Breeze,
Okay.
Dr. Charles Breeze.
Name
And
sounds
he's in
familiar.
Maryland,
Uh-huh.
but him and his wife is a native. They found a fully articulated mammoth that's now in Maryland.
Uh-huh.
And he's looking for a site that he can leave it. So,
Gotcha, yeah.
so we're kind of in negotiation. I found a library that would open it up for it until
Mhm.
we got the museum.
Yeah.
So we might have a real museum.
A real mammoth skeleton.
Fully articulated. We found in there that
That would be
it was-
incredible. Uh-huh.
But that talks about how
Yeah.
it came down here.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. Yeah, because that's how these animals arrived in North America in the first place, across that land bridge from Asia.
okay, and they
Mhm.
they mingled their teeth. Because now that Althea is looking.
Yeah.
I never had a collections manager.
Uh-huh.
She's now piecing
Yeah.
together.
All these
Yeah,
new
no. What's happened?
things here before. Impressive. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, that's so
is
cool.
that
Thank
good?
you. Yeah.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. Thank you,
well,
Joyce.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I really appreciate hour. But yeah. Let me just show off a few of the other fossils, I guess, in the West Gordon Hall over here.
Don't forget the-
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we should check out the mastodon, by the way. So I've talked about this many times on stream before, the way to tell the difference between a mammoth and a mastodon. The silver bullet is the teeth. That's how you tell the difference. So mastodons have teeth that look a lot like our molars. They've got these big cusps on them. They almost look like giant. When some of those were in places like France back in the 1700s, people had been digging these things at people puzzled over these, like, what are these? Are these the teeth of a giant person or something? And when in places like Kentucky, and what would become the United States, some people did think, oh, these are giant human molars, but no. They're from a mastodon, Mammut americanum, the American. So another species of elephant, just like the mammoth. Super cool. So these guys, mastodons, have got this big cusps on their teeth. We think that means that these guys were mostly eating leaves. So they're probably hanging out in forests, eating leaves off of trees and stuff like that. it's a lot different from what mammoths are probably doing. They're probably living in a much more open environment, and they tend to have much flatter teeth like this. So, there's a lovely example of a mammoth tooth. There's a small one, there's a big one right there. That's the actual chewing surface of the tooth that's facing you right now. So, mammoths, flat teeth, mastodons, really bumpy teeth with all those cusps. In fact, the word mastodon literally means breast tooth, because I guess somebody was looking at it and going, wow, look at those, big mound structures on there. Yeah, you see it? So yeah. Wisdom teeth feel about that size of salamander, oh boy. But yeah, so we had both mastodons and mammoths right here in Fremont up until just a few thousand years ago, really. Probably about 10,000 years ago, something like that. The last of them died out in this area. Yeah. And here, this is cool to talk about as well. Woolly mammoth versus Columbian mammoth. So this is kind of funny. This is supposed to be a woolly mammoth. The tusks should be much narrower here. The Columbian mammoth got larger. They had a wider range than the woolly mammoths. And again, that's a Columbian. The crazy these things is nuts. I mean, look at this. It's like a tree trunk. Just crazy. Columbian mammoth. And over here, woolly mammoth tusk. They're about this circumference, even if they're really big animals. Still, far narrower than a Columbian mammoth. Yeah. Gogan says we just missed them. Yeah, they were here until just a few thousand years ago. Pretty impressive. And I love this mural right here that Zoe did. Again, just trying to show what Fremont would have looked like. This town that we're in right now, what this would have looked like just about 1 million years ago. Land mammal age. So we've got a Smilodon right here, our saber-toothed cat. People in the general public like to call them saber-toothed tigers because it's just got a really nice ring to it. Memorable. They're not tigers, though. Tigers are Panthera tigris.
Ontogeny.
This is Smilodon fatalis, I think? Anyhow. Different genus, so it's not actually a tiger. But it's related to tigers. It's a big cat. And that's our state fossil here in California. So we've got remains of these guys from the Irvingtonian site here in Fremont. We've got Tetrameryx right here, which is an ancient pronghorn with 4 big horns on it like that. So I think the type specimen of Tetrameryx irvingtonensis, that's from Irvington. This critter is from right here. That's what was originally discovered. Originally named from specimens there. We've got some camels here. We've got a ground sloth. We've got American horses. We've got what look like mastodons there. And then a short-faced bear. Claire says, I see a bear. Yes, indeed. That is Arctodus right there. And we've got a skull of this critter, a cast skull over here. It is truly impressive. One of the biggest carnivorous mammals to ever walk the earth is the short-faced bear. I don't know if it really has a short face. It's almost a misnomer, but big skull. Big, big, big skull. So significantly bigger than like a modern-day grizzly or even a polar bear. These guys would stand up on their hind legs and they'd be 12, 15 feet tall, 4 or 5 meters. Really impressive animal. Pretty neat. So yeah. Again, I want people to know that these fossils are from right here. So many people grow up in this area, like me, without any idea that there's a wealth, a treasure trove of fossils right here in the Bay Area. This is one of the world's premier Pleistocene fossil sites. And part of it was destroyed by highway building in the 1960s, which was kind of heartbreaking, but as we're finding, there are a few places that the highway didn't destroy. And we're going in and starting to dig and finding more of these fossils, and we really need to build a museum on site here. This is one of the world's great fossil localities. At 1,000,000% deserves a museum here. This is just a small smattering of the things that we'll find. These are all from here in Fremont. So here's the thigh bone of a camel right here. A vertebra of a camel still with matrix on it, so there's some rock that needs to be removed. You see, it looks really gravelly. A lot of these fossils come from what we call the Irvington gravel. So this is like an ancient riverbed. Would have been a pretty high energy environment. You know, water flowing pretty quickly, tumbling a lot of these bones through, tumbling big pebbles through, and then they'd get stuck, and then eventually it would turn to rock at the bottom. And today we can dig that up. It's cool in that a lot of this stuff, like that, this used to be the lowest point on the landscape. It was a riverbed. It's where all the water would rush down to, and, you know. But it's on the Hayward Fault. This area got shunted up, and it's no longer a riverbed anymore. This is just like 1,000,000 years after. This is the lowest. This is a big hill. And, yeah, rather than being by, you know, continued water flow, it became rock. It went from a depositional to an erosional environment. Now it's a big hill. It is no longer the lowest point in the landscape. I'm excited to maybe take you out there and show you at some point if we can organize a live stream out there at the site. Maybe next spring. I'd love to do that. But it's cool. This is not just telling a story about the animals that lived in this environment and the other organisms. This is also telling a story of how the landscape of California changes, sometimes very rapidly. When you're along a fault line and you get major earthquakes. And yeah, it's cool how this stuff works. Yeah. Yeah, just a nice sample platter of all these other elements. From horses here, we've got teeth and jaw fragments. Yeah, horse molar right there. Lower jaw. So each of these was an animal that lived right here in Fremont about 1,000,000 years ago. And today we can take a census of all these different critters by just looking at all these fossils, carefully excavating, recording data. So, horses, camels here, and then these guys are super cool. Pronghorn, Tetrameryx irvingtonensis. We've talked about this on stream many times. If you hear ensis at the end of a species name of an organism, that means from that place. So Velociraptor mongoliensis is the swift thief from Mongolia. Tetrameryx irvingtonensis is the Meryx might be a horn, from Irvington. So just like modern pronghorn, these guys would have been really fast. Today, the pronghorn is the fastest mammal on land in North America. Maybe these guys would have been faster, who knows? And this is super cool. So we've got a skull roof right there, and you can see those horns. It's cool to imagine a proper museum built on the site there, put these fossils into, and then have full mounted skeletons of each of these animals too, to show off all these critters that lived right here in Fremont not that long ago. So Tetrameryx, and now we've got ground sloth, Megalonyx jeffersoni right here. So there's Megalonyx, and then this is Paramylodon. We had multiple species of ground sloth, I think 3 or 4 here in the Bay Area. Because I know we've got Megalonyx. I know we've got Paramylodon. We might also have, Nothrotheriops? And we might have Megatherium too, actually. Or Erematherium. There could even be 5. I don't know, I'm not a sloth expert. Hopefully we can do a stream from here at some point when Gaetano is here, and he just loves sloths, so we could talk all about them. but really cool. Again, the coolest thing about this is not some far-flung locale. This is not some remote desert somewhere. This isn't even like the La Brea tar pits. This is right here in Fremont, California, and hardly anybody knows about this, you know? Oh, and then we get various carnivorans here. Short-faced bear radius, so this is an upper arm bone. Lower arm bone, rather. Saber-toothed cat. There's a fragment of the shoulder blade right there. We've got a horn of a bovid, deer antler, musk ox, goat, and beaver. All from right here. What's neat about this, too, is that since these animals lived not that long ago, you can draw a direct connection from the past to the present, where, like, some of these animals are still around. Some of the animals that were part of this fauna here are still walking around today. Sure, we don't have saber-toothed cats or mastodons or American camels anymore, but we do have deer, we have goats, we have beavers. It helps all of this feel so much closer, you know? That it's not like this is a completely alien fauna. Animals that they look like. No. There are a lot of survivors from this time that are still around today. It raises the question, why did other critters like saber-toothed cats and American camels, why did they go extinct? The North American horse, the Western horse here, why did they go? Is it due to overhunting by people showing up in North America? There is some evidence for that. We also know that the climate was changing at the same time. So what was it that drove certain species into extinction but not others, you know? It's still kind of a big mystery, and continuing to excavate these fossils and study them, maybe that can help us figure it out, you know? Yeah. Seiko-sama says, I would love to see a huge sloth in the wild. It would be incredible to see one of these animals with a skull like this, you know? And what would they look like? Would they look like just a big version of a sloth? Or would they look more like something like a bear or something like that? You know, what soft tissue do they have on their snout? Would they have the kind of really sleepy eyes like modern sloths have? Or, since this is an animal walking around on the ground, would its appearance reflect that different kind of lifestyle? You know, would it just look like a supersized three-toed sloth, or would it look like something we've never seen before, like something that's hard for us to imagine? We don't know, you know? There are so many mysteries, even pertaining to these animals that human beings would have seen just a few thousand years ago. It's so immediate, and yet it's so distant at the same time. I think that tension there is part of what makes Pleistocene paleontology so fascinating. It's so close, and yet it's so far away. It's just endlessly interesting. Yeah. But yeah. And Bid You Good Day says, I always thought of ground sloths like a mix of bear and sloth. Yeah, I'd love to be able to talk to some sloth experts about this at some point. We'll do that down the line. Here's a skull of Catonix, which is another sloth. Their skulls are so weird. They almost look incomplete. Where it's like, where did your nose go? It almost looks like it's broken off at the front, but that's just what they look like. And they've got the weirdest teeth. So there's the eye socket right there. Lower jaw, upper jaw, nares, so the nostrils, just here in the front. We don't know what kind of fleshy nose they had. Again, that guy or this guy. Just what is going on with a sloth face? There's so much that we still don't know about these animals. They're mysterious critters. But, I don't know. Sloths I think they're very charismatic. They're one of my favorite Pleistocene animals. Pleistocene mammals, at least. They're pretty neat. Yeah. Modern Sloth is a magazine I would subscribe to, says Pontius Pirates. Yeah. ground sloth foot is so weird. Yeah, Dr. Tara. Well, I think part of that is that ground sloths and tree sloths are not different groups. So, like the two modern species of sloth, Batypus triadactylus, which is the three-toed sloth, and then I forget the genus and species for the two-toed sloth. They are not each other's closest relative in the grand scheme of things. Today, they're the only sloths left, but there were ground them. So each of those different modern two-toed sloths, their closest relatives were ground sloths. It's not like the two-toed and three-toed sloths are allied together. They're like on different sides of the sloth family tree, with ground sloths in between. So, yeah, interesting stuff going on there for sure. And Darius Majewski's got a great question. Being so young, are the bones actually fossilized or just preserved? So these bones are fossilized, as I understand it. So they have been permineralized. So a lot of the original material in there has been replaced by minerals from the groundwater and the surrounding sediment. Are fossilized, although I don't know the specifics there. More permineralized than the bones you pull out at La Brea from the tar there. But these are going to be less heavily fossilized than, say, I don't know, a lot of earlier Cenozoic mammal stuff, let alone like dinosaur fossils from the Mesozoic. So yeah, but it'd be cool to talk to Althea about that next time we stream from here. Yeah. And is that Rosetta mural by William Stout? No, so this is by Zoe. We'll we had a link in the chat. Yeah. For something that's in the middle of being fossilized? Yeah, you would call that... So, a bone or something similar that's not fully fossilized yet, maybe it's too recent, subfossil. So there's probably a Wikipedia article on this, subfossil. I think these are truly permineralized. They are fully fossilized. Again, they're preserved in this gravel. About 1 million years ago, these would be full-fledged fossils, I presume. Fully permineralized. None of this subfossil stuff. But a lot of the other stuff from the Pleistocene that's more recent, they might be subfossils. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And Claire, it cut out for a second. Oh, Zoe's Instagram there, the artist who's painted these murals and is continuing to paint murals for the museum there. Yeah, it was Zoe Caron _art. CARON. Caron _art. Yeah. JG Bunny says, what's the difference between a subfossil and a fossil? So, like I said, subfossils are not fully permineralized. So, here, let's talk about dinosaurs for a second. We'll wander into here and talk about dinosaurs for a moment. So, in the grand scheme of things, dinosaurs are pretty... Well, they're a lot older than your Cenozoic mammals. The last dinosaurs about 66 million years ago. So in order for a fossil to... In order for a bone to last that long, it has to get fossilized. So it has to be partly turned. They will just rot away after a number of years. You know, bones are made of hydroxy, like organic compounds, and they can crumble to dust or just rot away. Years or decades. If you want to preserve something for tens of millions of years, it has to get fossilized. So it has to get buried, and then there's going to be minerals in the groundwater that are going to seep into that and kind of partially turn it to stone. Let it last the test of time like that. A lot of the stuff that's much more recent, things like, say, our Smilodon here, a few thousand years ago here in California. Our saber-toothed cat. Remains of Smilodon hidden away or in tar pits, stuff not fossilized yet. these critters, again, the last of them only died like 10,000. And so that's recent enough that some of these guys, you know, you can fossilized. But those are not going to last millions of years. So if they don't get fossilized, will eventually rot away. They'll disappear. Does that make sense? Yeah. Move back over here. Signal is better. And we'll see about wrapping up the stream. Because I got to get home before the traffic gets too bad. And I got to get some lunch, too. So, let's... Signal is okay. Past our giant moose. And then, can you still see and hear me right now, chat? And I've been working on for about 9 months at this point. 9 or 10 months. Adult Tyrannosaurus skull. So Rex, here it is right here. Now on display at the museum. Believe it or not, I was able to fit this in my Toyota Prius. And now here it is to be enjoyed by everybody. I'm very excited about this. Oh man, I can't wait for the kids to see it. Yeah. So again, this is this, as far as I know, is the first time that this particular Tyrannosaurus skull specimen has ever been on display in a museum. So this is the Maximus Tyrannosaurus specimen, which unfortunately was dug up by a commercial group and sold at auction. So it was sold for about $6 million. This museum acquired this one for far less. I 3D printed this because the files became available online. I was shocked to see this, but there they were. And they were only up for a few days. I managed to snag them before they disappeared and 3D print this thing life-size. So now we have a life-size adult T-Rex skull here in this museum. Kids are going to go nuts over this. They're going to love it. And again, as far as I know, the first time that this particular specimen has ever appeared in a museum. I'm proud of this, you know? Bringing science to the people. Yeah. But yeah, good stuff. Anyway, and I figure that's probably a good place to wrap things up. I know it's a short stream today, but man, I really wanted to share this with you and share this wonderful place with you. Again, if you're ever passing through the San Francisco Bay Area, if you're coming through the town of Fremont, make sure you check out the Children's Natural History Museum of Fremont at Math Science Nucleus. Again, right by downtown Fremont here. And I'm really proud to be able to contribute some things to this museum's mission of outreach, and really excited for some upcoming things. Really hoping we can use this as a springboard for really impressive, proper museum for the Bay Area. This is just a launch pad for that, we're hoping. Yeah, exciting stuff. Anywho, with that having been said, let's find somebody to raid here, and we'll wrap this up. So don't go away just yet, chat. Who else is live right now? Following. Let's see. Let's go say hello to Draw Curiosity, actually. Somebody I'm excited to meet at TwitchCon next week. So let's go say hello to Inez there. There we go. Raid. Draw curiosity. Excellent. Well, everybody, thank you so much for joining me today, touring this lovely hidden gem of a museum with me. I'm excited to do some more streams from here in the future, especially as more exhibits go up. Brian Eng's sculptures are going to be so cool to show off, so we'll see when those arrive. But anyway, thank you so much, everybody. I'll be streaming again tomorrow, our last stream before TwitchCon. So tune in then. But for right now, let's go see what Draw Curiosity is up to, and I'll see everybody later. Take care. Bye-bye.